Where's the line between owning your expression and your truth and being able to stand and say it and say, this is how I feel, and that line of saying, if I say this is how I feel, it's going to hurt somebody else?
This is The Deep Dive with Adam Roa.
And where is that balance? And the funny thing is that collectively, we're seeing corporations tell us what we can and can't do, right? We're seeing Facebook block and completely delete accounts that they feel like are putting out information that they don't agree with, which isn't what Facebook wants to see put out, is incredibly left wing. Like if you are putting out anything else that is against Biden or is a conspiracy against it, like it's gone. They are deleting accounts with millions of followers. I don't know if you'll know who Collective Evolution, that group, I imagine you know Collective Evolution. They just got their entire Facebook page banned, 5.3 million followers on Facebook. Like it's happening at an incredibly deep level. And I'm curious how you feel about it, because I feel like I understand it as from an artistic perspective. You can't just go in and just shit on everybody and say that's art. You know what I mean? Like it's a tough thing to do. And yet, if you're feeling something, art and expression in general is so important, because otherwise it just gets bottled up. But who determines that what is okay or not? Like, where do we get to decide where that line is?
You know, I think something important. I'm obsessed with like human behavior. I've been obsessed with it since, high school, because I needed it, right? Like I needed to understand how this operated within myself. And if we understand everybody's, like you said in your poem, everybody just needs to feel safe and wants to feel safe. And everybody's version of safe is obviously a little different. And some people, you might trigger somebody with what you say. I think it's really important to understand where we're flowing from. Are we coming from a place of love? And it sounds really cliche and cheesy, but when I share something, to me, we all have different opinions. We all grew up so differently. And that's what makes life so beautiful. Adam and I don't agree on everything, I'm sure. But but there's a collective like conversation we could have where hopefully I could expand what I know because of what he knows, or I could just say, hey, I just don't agree with you, but I still love you. Or I don't need to have you around me if it's like destructive. But I guess my question for you is, like, I don't know. I think it's an intentional thing. Like, what energy are you putting it out? Are you coming from a space of preservation, which is fight or flight, and I'm going to attack? Or is a waste of conversation? Let's have real conversation. That's the beauty of this life in this world is we all are so different. Why am I afraid if you have a different opinion than me? I shouldn't be afraid. Like my opinion, your opinion aren't going to be the same. Nobody's opinions have been the same. We live in such a crazy time where it's a cancel culture, which is, in a sense for me, it's like, let's just have some conversations. Let's have some real conversations. And I might not agree with you, but at least we could have an honest and loving, holding a safe space for a conversation. Because right now there's not a lot of safe spaces for conversation. And I think that's the problem.